It's your man B Miles coming to you live once again with another live stream. I'm back up on here. Yo, your man is back on here, back up on the stream like I told everybody. Oh man. All right, hope everybody come back on the stream. Whew, that was some good heavy stuff. Yeah, hey Sister Iman, yay, hey, yeah. Good, we back, y'all coming back on the stream. Hey, Sister Iman, yay. Y'all coming back, that's good. Y'all coming back, y'all coming back, y'all coming back. Yay, y'all coming back. Oh my gosh. I'm looking at, yay, what's going on, yay? We really say John Ray, babe. We back. Good to see everybody. It's good to see everybody. Hey, Laura Melanin, Sky the Frontier. What's going on, y'all? Hey, Quentinville. Yeah, we just jumped off of StreamYard. I was reading something off of Blissful Visions. A lot of great information was on there. A lot of great information that I was read up on there. And I'm kind of like hey Tiffany Jackson, I want to read something from the book No More Secrets, No More Lies. And it's actually going to be a continuation because I wanted to show the books up close and stuff like that. And I'm actually going to read from the chapter Death versus Ascension, since we dealing with ascension right now in the Great Awakening to University Consciousness, like they set up on the channel. So I'm going to read this chapter. You know what I mean? This seems really heavy and deep, man. This seems real heavy and deep. They said, to us it appears that most of you are mystified about the process of ascension as you are about death, for both of these transitional phases of your return to the source involve your evolution out of the body and the primarily reality, quote unquote, the known. However little you truly know about it. Both are frightening. Both are frightening, into that both are frightening into their contemplate. Into the contemplate. Either requires that you confront the ultimate secret to your current existence, a secret that only process itself can reveal with any certainty, and often not even then. Aggravating your anxiety over the death process, insinuating your fear, is a tremendous lack of understanding over what actually occurs in the passage from physical to pure spirit essence. This is exacerbated by traumatic rituals of separation when death occurs. The uncertainty of what actually awaits you on the other side, and an overwhelming fear of all that which cause you pain amid suffering and the unbearable grief of separation. Only those native beings who have been remain attuned to the unfolding spirit and the true seekers amongst you, have dedicated themselves to preparation for the evolutionary process of transition, welcoming the winter, knowing that springtime of the soul always follows. Hey, El Sheba Sekmet. Peace, everybody. Y'all, thank y'all. Get them likes up. Hey, Black Sheep Ross. Hey, Thelma Humphreys. Hey, El Sheba Sekmet. They said, similarly, your excitement over Earth's ascension and the prospects of your individual participation in that process are diminished by the overlooming specter of global Armageddon, which interprets the imminent shifting of your favorite heavenly body as the doomsday hour for the life forms of your world. This too creates all manner of fear for the unenlightened, and for those who are blindly unaware and totally uninterested in the celestial dynamics that are constantly redefining, quote unquote, the parameters of the universe. Seekers of peace and love, seekers of peace in the loving way, you cannot help but question why the unfolding of such ecstatic transitional events and those have begun to manifest throughout your ascended solar system must necessarily include such violent opposition and obstruction, which you are now witnessing in the playing out of the secret government's dark and dangerous games. It said, when you at the center, feeling balanced and clear of mind, You reaffirm that it is not all necessary, that you do not intend to fuel the dark forces by giving your power over to the collective depression born of fear and hopelessness emotions, so the emotions that so defeat the spirit. From a place of clarity, the center of your being, you do your best work on individual and collective levels to neutralize the impact of the opposition, bringing those around you up to the light of your hope and celebration. You serve as a model for others, standing tall in your commitment for the creation of a better world for yourself, for your families, and for all living beings on earth and beyond. From that place of calm and serenity, you find security in your understanding in how raising Gaia and becoming a smoother and more joyous experience, which is currently manifested in the smoke and haze of those who destroyed the beauty. Are y'all listen to what I'm saying? So they saying that the ascension of us of the universe, as the earth ascends, we ascend, but we got to be alignment of the universe. So this ascension is not going to be a bad process as what we think. Now they put out a lot of propaganda into thinking that this going to be the end of the world. It's going to be this crazy thing. But as we are reading, they are saying that we have been brainwashed. We have really been brainwashed into thinking that this transition is going to be so scary. Oh, Armageddon is the end of the world. You know, we have been bamboozled. We have been lied to. You must therefore be clear of those shadows that evoke fear in you and of those resolve. And if you notice something, a lot of these goddamn pastors out here, they have instilled fear. You know what I'm saying? Talking about, you know what I mean, heaven and hell and stuff like that. You feel me? You do this and that, you go to hell, putting you in fear. A lot of the pastors are going to people to put you in fear. You feel me? They got us scared, you know what I mean, put us in fear of death. You feel me? You must therefore be clear of those shadows that evoke fear in you and of firm resolve. This you know is accomplished by freeing the lower chakras of any block energies, thought forms, or entities that have nested within you so that you can clear the chakra channels and run pure pranic energy through your crowns and into the umbilical cord that grounds you to the Mother Earth. Then will you be your most effective as light workers for the human race and guardians of the deity in transition, always remembering that it is a glorious earth that wish you to ride into the fourth dimension and the highest good of all souls, which is your objective. We must trust we must trust that you understand why we are so determined that you have stared deeply into fear and then to dissect it, examining every piece so that you can move out of it. I'm sorry. Let me slow down so that you can move it out of your way for once and forever. Now it is the time to let go of the weighty burden that terror creates, not only within you, but throughout every conscious experience which your mind resonates. Meaning we gotta let go of this fear. We have been brainwashed with, you know what I'm saying, with a lot of these, a lot of things that they told us to fear. You know, we gotta let go of weighty burden, weighty burdens that create, that terror creates, not only within you but throughout every conscious experience. You feel me? So it seems, you know what I mean, we have been brainwashed, you know what I mean, to live in this fear, and we are creating these traumatic experiences. You feel me? We have been taught, you know what I mean, to create traumatic experiences on this earth. And guess what? We are living out these experiences. You feel what I mean? Yo, remember the time I was telling this man we come across energy vampires to distract us and they create traumatic experiences. Then before you know it, it's like they affect us so much to the point where it's like we are living out negative experiences that they created. So we start living these things out in our minds. So we got to let go of the burdens and we got to stop living in fear and stop letting these traumatic experiences hold us back from us living freely. This is deep, man. Yeah, indeed, this is the time to start truly rejoicing in the knowing that all lies ahead of you is far more resplendent than what you left behind. For you are forever moving towards the luminous of source, dear ones moving swiftly into the pure brilliance of eternal light. The thought of relinquishing your body and those tempestuous and pleasure-filled earthly connections for the unknown is nonetheless bewildering you. This we do understand. Further intensifying your concern and sense of insecurity is the question of how ascension will affect you personally. It said, "Will you make the grade?" It said, or be cast out of Ra's embrace." Do y'all hear that? Will you make the grade or be cast out of Ra's embrace? In Ra, they talking about our ancestors in the book. It is only natural that it remain a great mystery to you how these realities and probable outcomes are manifesting about you. It said what your role in this process is to be, and from a perfectly practical standpoint, just lies with stores for you at every personal level. It said, who would choose to experience transition on death, when all moves through, and who will not? It said, and who will not? It said, is that really your choice to make now, as we're free members of the human race, or what is it determined well before you enter body or at the soul level? It said, how do you, excuse me, excuse me, y'all. Excuse me, I'm sorry, y'all. It said, how do you even make the distinction between death and ascension? Will you suffer? Will you celebrate? Will you even be aware of your passage? These existential questions and concerns we too have pondered. It said we have known your same doubts, your fears, and the trouble lurking in your souls as you search to truly comprehend the secret of your immortality, which lies just beyond the portal of physical life, as you currently know it as your temporary stations in the third dimension. So let us contemplate the essence and the meaning of existence from the greater perspective to gain a sense of individual part and participation in the great cosmic plan. They said consider the nature of all that is, the source, the monad, the universal mind, the eternal flame, God. Contrary to the myth of science in most dogmatic schools of human thought, there is no beginning to creation, no Big Bang. Just as there is no end, no apocalyptic finality, totality, the all that is, that ever was and that ever will be, it's all encompassing, timeless, and without limitation. Any attempt to define, categorize, or containment seems inevitably only to remind us of our own limited scope and capabilities. We, evolving units of consciousness, are dwarfed by our own individuality, quote unquote, that I am awareness that limits the uninitiated in varying degrees to a perception of distinctly separate units within the whole rather than the whole itself. Each spark of the God self is a perfect replica of the totality, and within it are contained all the dimensions, every design, and all the cosmometric proportions that exist throughout every layer of reality. It said, thus it is. Each spark is capable of the works of the Creator, for each constantly co-creating of the cosmos. You hear that? We are all aspects of the Creator and the replica of the totality of the divine. You feel me? There is no beginning of the end. That's what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was saying. You know what I mean? There is no beginning now. There's no end. Especially the original people. We have no birth record. There is no beginning nor end. This is exactly what it was. They say, yup, you are the spark. You are the creator of numerous universes. See that? Look at that. See it right on to the next sentence. Just as you are the creation of numerous universes, you are in numerous universes, and your bodies are the manifestation of all that which godly is about you. Didn't I just say that? Confirmation. Death and birth coexist as creation within you in myriad. It said myriad forms and extractions. Cells are constantly dying so that others can be born. Certain bacteria prevents others of proliferating, holding the balance, invisible parasites who find a hospitality in and upon your physical body, as well as your astral fields carry away the debris in a perfect dance and cleansing and renewal. There is an innate balance in all things, dying and being birthed, building and tearing away, pushing and pulling, heating and cooling down. Consciousness crystallizes and later dissolves in the perpetuity of being. They say all is operating just as universal minds intends. All this breath, all this breathe into being, and then being, then out of being, progressing and evolving from one state to another, internally seeking refinement. From this totality, the state of utter perfection and absolute consciousness that creates all existence emerges as a part of experience. The infinite the cosmometry of universal designs through which aspects of that creative force, the entirety, form a self-aware units, sparks of the flame, entities I am awareness. Mm, 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 mm. We are all the divine aspects. We are the gods and goddesses. They said that is we intend as the soul, a spark of the eternal flame of creation that leaps from the fire and burns in incandescent lights. That incandescent light through innumerable experiences, never to be extinguished, so that it may eventually bring back to the source which has created, resolved, and illuminated. It blazes a path along with the great spiral of ascension, searing its vibration into the matrix of cosmometric proportions and design, the super strings of consciousness that traverse the body of all that is. It said, at the onset of the journey, when the soul plunges into the abyss, the light shines from that infinite, infinite simul spark, as it infinite spark is at its dimmest, and that when is and they said that when is and where the material realms are created, there in the destiny where the solar deity Ra currently resides, and it is from the slow vibrations that you are rising. They said such is the eventual experience of the microcosmic beings of the universe. So it is ours as the microcosmic representation of all that scintillates in the cosmos of soul. Jeez, this is heavy. Woof. Woof. Jeez. Wow. This is like, yo. Are y'all with me? Hey, Vince I am. Hey, Sarah Ash. Hey, the Brothers Gotti Show 2.0. Ooh, hey, Mega D Hart. What's going on? Oh, I appreciate it, y'all. Yo, this is some great, cool information. Yo, y'all get them lights up, man. This is hitting me hard. Hey, Frida. Yo. This is, yo, y'all get them lights up, man. Oh, my gosh. This is heavy. Wow. At this stage of your soul's progression, whereby it travels as pure consciousness upon these strains of reality that chooses to manifest form to crystallize and enter to a select point of entry into material sphere. This is, yo, this sound like the creation. Man, this is breaking down how we are the manifestation, how we are the creators of manifestation. Wow. They said the primordial experience, the first manifestation of a new soul taking form, is cataclysmic to the soul essence, which has no acquired experience, which has no acquired experience with which to measure itself in the reality form of slow vibrations and frequencies. New souls entering the physical for the first time are stunned by the intense polarity and the opposition that exists there, and they often walk boldly into the darkness, to experience it and to learn about the separation in its most immense and discernible expressions. Having no prior experiences, they leap into reality, feeling the dynamics of polar opposition, just as their older souls who were leaving the realm forever and who were awaiting yet another spin upon the wheel of karma, bring resolution to the contrastive forces of their specific lifetimes. You may realize that a tidal wave of new souls that has been entering the Earth zone for the past 2 decades of Earth time. Based upon what we have told you of regeneration and renewal, the reason for onslaught should be clear to you, but let us not take perceptions for granted. Instead, we shall proceed to illustrate what we believe is the purpose of this extraordinary massive soul arrival. As Gaia prepares to leave the realm, exceptional numbers of new souls preparing to reincarnate have been magnetized to enter her electromagnetic fields by the awesome polarity of manifested in her, transmuting mental, physical, and spirit bodies, and by your struggle, along with the prospects that such dynamics offer for their accelerated evolution. The waves of contrasted energy plays the strings of consciousness, and the consciousness and that dynamic tension, the fields of opportunity for evolutionary quantum leaps resounds through the ethers. Yo, this is yo. Hey, Kimberly Parker. See, I know Sarah as this is heavy stuff. This is serious transformation. And you know what I notice about us? You know what I notice about us, about Generation X and the millennials and the ones on down? I really believe that we are new souls. If you notice something, we are a different generation. I really believe our generations are here to bring about a new change. And I really believe like a lot of the older ones, they are part of the older souls, you feel me? I really believe that we are kind of like we are new old souls, and it seems like we are bringing about a new energy. If you really take a look at it, man, like if you look at the last couple of generations, we think differently, we act differently, we operate on a, you know what I mean? We operate on a total different vibration. If you notice, why you think the programming on the last couple of generations have been dead, man, to really affect us? You feel me? Why you think they turned up a lot of the programming on the newer generations? I really believe that they knew that we were going to be the newer generations that were going to bring about the change. Why do you think we think so differently? You know what I mean? We were the generations, man, like we were brought here, man, to bring about the change. We think differently, we move differently, we get not the same. We, you know what I'm saying? Like we question everything. We don't believe everything what everybody is telling us. You know what I'm saying? We question everything. You feel me? We vibrate different. We think on a different vibration. It's like, yeah, like it's I got a question. It's like we, I don't know, or maybe I could say this. We might be old souls with a new energy. I think it's something. At this, yup, let me see. All right, let me see. Woo, let me go back. As Gaia prepares to lead the realm, exceptional numbers of new souls preparing to incarnate in. Okay, oh, already read that. In any given time, I'm sorry, that any given point of the unfolding universe, the number of new souls entering is usually in perfect balance with the many who are departed. However, at the end days of an age such as you have known in the passing of the Piscean to the current age of Aquarius, there tends to be an abundance of new ones coming in to give planetary realm. Such significant vibrational shifts serves as magnets for new sparks that have been embarked upon the course of individualism to pursue the incredible journey which we refer as the cosmic return. You can imagine how much more appealing is this convergence of cycles, the ending of ages coinciding with solar ascension. Entering upon the latest migrations are a number of exceptional children who we have identified, quote unquote, as the violet oversoul. Let us not create confusion. These violets are not the new souls we have been describing to you here. Rather, they are like beings who have opted to retrograde back into Earth realm to help usher you through the maze and confusion, and as the shifting sands of your stormy waters redefine humankind's understanding the nature of all reality. They are sentinels. They are sentinels of the family of light, dedicating their service to Gaia. You are beginning to hear their presence among you. You will recognize them as they take positions around you, around the globe, burning the fire. They're collecting consciousness through the guidelines of the power and disrupting the power lines by sheer force of that energy of this brilliant iridescence. Of this brilliant iridescence. They said the light of the violets oversoul. We will speak in greater detail in our upcoming discussions of ascension in this particular significance to those of you who will be moving up with Gaia. You can understand why so many reincarnated souls, aliens of distant civilizations, and extra dimensional beings are attracted to Earth and to the extended family of planetary beings to comprise the chakra centers of your solar logos. Dark and light teams, they say dark and light teams from the reaches of the cosmos are lining up to observe the galactic happening in Ra's enormous arc body. They are everywhere about you now, preparing for contact before you go through. They said this are in short order. Bear in mind, although the government still insists that keeping you uninformed about alien civilizations that exist just outside your door, intelligent life does thrive on the outer I'm sorry, intelligent life does thrive on the other planets and moons of your solar system. The top level echelons of the power elite know all about alien life. They are, after all, directed by the Anunnaki hybrids rule over Earth. You're hearing what I'm reading. Get them likes up. This is priceless information. This is heavy. Woo! Thank you, Tiffany Jackson. This is woof. I'm gonna have to really woof meditate on this one, man. Woof. Man, this is heavy. They have enjoyed untold favors from the alien allies at the expense of innocent human beings and the animals that have served as the test tube species for the examinations. The secret is out. Far too many animals have been mutilated, and far more humans have experienced abduction to be dismissed, although the mainstream media still avoiding these pressing realities in obedience to their political and corporate masters. Other extraterrestrials and light workers of other realms are arriving from near and afar to observe the cataclysmic events taking place in your quadrant. They are particularly interested in the planets Venus, Earth, Mars, Saturn, and Jupiter, as well as number of moons where life proliferates. Intelligent beings of your immediate galactic family, to whom we refer as Radiance, Ra. And Ra, come on, are attempting to reach you as well, but their radio signals deemed inconclusive and inconclusive and worthy of almost no news coverage whatsoever, and kept relatively secret from you. But then, have you been listening? Scores of Radiants will be ascended along with you, and they will appear to you just as beautifully as you will show yourselves to them in the unveiling, the timeless framework of the fourth dimension. The embrace of light ones of many races awaits you. which is occurring now in extremely, and I'm in I'm sorry, what is occurring now is an extraordinary celestial event, and the opportunities are being created are limitless. Would you not agree? Your shifting solar system and stellar dynamics playing out in your quadrant of the galaxy, excuse me, y'all, are indeed created innumerable probable realities that offer mass souls old and new the possibility to leap from the wheel of karma, transcend the trappings of the ego self and the limitations of the elusive holograms that co-creates, and descend within the deity of the highest states of consciousness of the multi-dimensional mind and luminous body. To the family alike, it is a magnificent homecoming, and the anticipation of our celebration is already ringing the bells of celestial temples. Awareness of the sphere of potentiality provides a superb opportunity for all free will beings residing upon the host planets in your solar system to dramatically raise the vibration throughout Ra's body, bringing through the dark clouds of your recent storms like the laser cut steel. Consider the density of steel, how the focus light of the laser can slice through it. You will be reminded of the power of your focus group mind over the dark doings that have created disharmony around you, sucking the breath. I'm sucking the light breath from the environment and attempting to diminish the light that you, the light workers of Earth, and anchoring in your planetary fields. They say here we here we have an entire solar system which has completed its commitment to the density of the realm, which is held as vibrational for the thinkable measures, and it is marked within the framework, and it too has evolved to a point where it is ready to move up the spiral and on to another level of learning and experience. You can imagine what an exceptional occasion exists with those souls, new and old, who were elected to enter and incarnate with this spirit of Ra, connected within this spirit body of Ra. Your son have elected to the point has selected that point upon the time space continuum that they first determined was a pathway to the Creator. All self-aware beings on Earth and celestial bodies in your solar system are soon going to have a rare opportunity to the gargantuan leap onto the next level of awareness, which we have consistently referred to, quote unquote, as the fourth dimension. Others, those who are mesmerized by the slow vibrations of the physical body, they will choose reincarnation over ascension. I'm sorry, let me slow down. They said others, those who are mesmerized by the slow vibrations of the physical body, that they will choose reincarnation over ascension, will remain tethered to the elusive manifestation consciousness that creates the 3D reality. Joining those that still dedicated to the acquisition of experience in the earth realm, they said those that still bound to the karmic will of reincarnation, this mass new souls will only fleet and partake of the planet's energies. Gaia will move rapidly to the vortex of Ra's passage, will no longer be a planet of choice who are determined to remain bound to the karmic will of cause and effect, action and reaction, and eventual resolution. Deaths accrue in that process. They will continue their process at other stations in the material universe. So to those people who were operated on that lower level, you know what I mean, they are pretty much going to be reincarnated back to the 3D level, which means they're going to be stuck living out these experiences. They're going to be dealing with reincarnation coming back to this earth school. They're going to be coming back, which means they're not going to be ascending, which means they're going to be bound back to this old karmic school. This karmic will of cause and effect, action and reaction. So while many people are going to be ascending, many people are going to be coming back here, dealing with this over and over. You feel me? The great planet Earth, together with other planets, celestial bodies, and numerous moons that orbit the great star, simply will not be located in the density of the third dimension any longer. So if you're on that vibration, you're not going to ascend. Thank you, Celestial Dom Deans. Woo, this is heavy. What's up, Kaba Elric? Hey, Red Dawn. Appreciate it. I'm glad y'all enjoying this. So we got nothing to be afraid of. Yeah, man. If y'all like to donate to the platform. The links in the channel, emails appreciated, man. Oh my gosh, man, this information is heavy on me, man. This is exciting, but this is literally taking away a fear of death, man. This is heavy. This is beautiful. They said, but Gaia is eternal, and like you, she will continue to evolve most beautifully, a radiant, glorious deity, shedding the material reflection of all that she has created in the realm within which she no longer needs to repeat the lessons of such intense darkness and light. So catch your breath and step out of your own way. They said, if it is fear of such thoughts rather than anticipation that blocks the forward momentum you have achieved until now. So pretty much we don't have no fear. We should, pretty much there's nothing to fear of this ascension. This new planetary alignment is nothing to fear. They said, let us speak now of old souls, and so many of you who are drawn to us as older ancient journeyers who are completing the cycle of birth and death in these soul vibrations of matter. You have come back this time, not as souls focused upon their individual I am experience, but to assist in the awakening, for you have evolved to that. You were dedicated to raising all to greater heights by helping those who were lost and afraid, and you were openly accepting guidance from the light bearers who were all about you, overlighting your path. Spirit warriors, you carry the torch of light illuminating the world as we prepare for that leaping and leap which catapult you into the next phase of your exquisite progression for the breathtaking spiral of spiritual return. Consider what magnetic attraction Earth, swinging wildly back and forth in the dark and light polarity of these days, holds for these new souls. And you will have a clearer understanding why so many old souls such as you have also decided to be present in body. Remember, you have evolved to it. You have come into the being of bringing Gaia back to center. Ancient warriors, you have come to still the pendulum, which means we have come forth to bring forth the balance. We have reincarnated back at this time to bring forth this new event. We are bringing about the change. We are brought back to bring the ascension, not death. We came back to ascend and bring about this ascension. A huge wave of old souls into after World War II. Listen. Hold up. Wait. Hold up. This is about to get heavy. Bobby Hemmett was on some shit like this. Hold up. Bobby Hemmett said the reason why they did the Vietnam War because was to kill off the Messiah, was to kill off the energy, that nuke energy. Listen. Yo, I knew I wasn't going crazy, yo. Hold up. Let me get them likes up, y'all. Get them likes up. Oh my gosh. Woo. Hold up. Listen to this. This is about to get heavy. A huge, matter of fact, I gotta bring it down so y'all can read along. A huge wave of old souls into after World War II, returning in the form in order to bring global healing into surviving the parted souls of those violent expressions of darkness and to lay groundwork for the coming age of Aquarius. Many of you came in a high tide, and you know who you are. Listen, family, this is us. They say you were renegades then, just as you are now. Hold up. Didn't I say that? We are rebellious. We are the renegades. That's why they had to come at it. Didn't I say that? Why you think the programming had to start? That's why they brought in black exploitation. They brought in the guns. They brought in the drugs. Brought in the prostitution. Brought in the gangster rap. Brought in the thug life. Brought in all this. Brought in the feminism. They brought in all of the agendas, the programs. That was the matrix. The agents were setting up the matrix. The elite knew who we was. That's why they brought in the damn Ritalin. They brought in the medicine. They brought in the food. They brought in the food. That's why they brought in the fast food. That's why they started to vaccinate us. That's why they brought in all of the drugs. That's why they broke up the families. That's why they attacked our woman, sterilized the woman. That's why they had to break up the family. This was all the plan. Look at this, yo. We were Minister Farrakhan even said this as well. We were a rebellious generation. We were the souls. Listen. We came at a high tide. The guardians of so many secrets being exposed to the light of the Korean dawn. You were intent upon steadying Gaia as she shredded and shook off the imbalances created by the rage. Those walked in just as you faced them in the darkest hour of Atlantis, just as you confronted the same dark warriors now, infantry of the secret government. Look at that! Yet we believe that all self-aware beings are capable, multi-dimensional perspective can understand the significance of just such a moment, and we celebrate and respect you for taking upon yourselves the enormous task of serving as the indefatigable spirit warriors of Earth in transition. It is not an easy road you have chosen, not an easy road at all. They say you realize you reached to the point of your long journey where you're ready to take a giant leap off the karmic wheel of your perennial process of birth and rebirth. Together with the cosmic deities, you are co-creating a most rare opportunity to accentuate that completion in full consciousness of the persona through whom through whom your total experience has manifested. The veil, which only briefly rises in the passing phases of birth and rebirth, is lifted now, and you're beginning to see through the dimensions, retrieving the memory of your own birth and your own soul purpose. You are realizing your immortality, integrated the experience of your passing and awakening the light body. You are being activated, scintillated in your own brilliance and the illumination that you perceive throughout the realms. You are connecting, reaching, shining. And although you were still not fully consciously aware of the process and what awaits you, you were convinced of your commitment to the light. You're remarkable, dear ones. We shine your reflection from the upper kingdoms, and all who resonate, they are touched by the light of your souls and touched by the beauty and strength. This is on the chapter Death and Ascension. In the book that I'm reading from, this is the book that I'm reading from. This is heavy. Whew. This is heavy stuff, man. But it's exciting at the same time. She said, I feel like I'm in church. That's good. This is church. Man, oh man. They said, whereas the ascendant will be fully aware of their process, but carry the personality aspects of the self in the transition. Let me put the phone back up here so I can. Okay, got you, Black Sheep Ron said, just order mine, whereas the ascendant will be fully aware of their process and will carry their personality aspects of the self in transition from those densely configured crystalline matrices of your current physical forms into the expansive light bodies of the higher dimensions. Those evolved souls who identify strongly the ego self would not. They override the ego and identity and commitment to the illusions of the material reality vibrate such at low frequencies that these souls will be frozen in the density, like the great mammoth buried alive in the ices of your evolution. Didn't I say that earlier? If you at a low vibration, you at a slow frequency, which means you're going to be nearly frozen in density, which means you're not going to ascend. You can understand that the determination of some to uphold their gaze upon the shadows and dust, renders them incapable of perceiving the evolutionary events that are so dramatically altering their reality. To hold on their illusion, they simply had to believe you, the awakening, to be delusional, foolish, and dangerous, else you upset the matrix. Dedicated to sensate experience and the feelings it evokes, they will cling to their residual emotions and their fascination with the animal within them and elect to continue the process of reincarnation. As we already have indicated, these are decisions that we made before they enter the body. Although they are always free to change the record should they decide to alter the original plan and devote themselves to spirit. Those who do not will experience death, the passage from matter into bodiless form, in order to continue their progression at the pace that they beset. As ship sails to the rhythms of the open seas. At that time in their transition, they may proceed to the lower astral layer, hovering in their vibrations of this lifetime, or progress to the middle astral spiritual realm once they have passed through the portal. There on the middle astral, they will be met by their guides who will assist them in developing the schematic of their life plan in the next incarnation, a time structuring organization wherein the assisted souls will prepare the way for other lifetimes of common potentialities of lessons. Damn! Woo! We don't want to come back down here. We don't, we want ascension. We don't want to deal with death. Yo, did y'all hear that? And my album is going to be called The Ascension. Oh man, this is beautiful. Yo, get them likes up, y'all. Oh my God, yo. They said detailed plans will be prepared for the next emergence into the physical realm, one which most closely resonates with the vibrational frequencies of the planet. The crystallized patterns of the soul's re-emergence through the new mother will be determined from the resonant DNA of the selected parent that incarnates, and will all be recorded in the soul mind to be accessed by the highest self in varying intervals in the life experience. Let us now consider the soul's progression from death to rebirth. When it is ready and all has been prepared for the new life, and the soul prepares the dynamics of the conscious crystallization as focus intent to enter the physical and take form. It awaits the flicker that lights the gossamer web of light, which conception of the pre-selected sperm and egg takes place, and it bonds instantaneously to that moment to be nested in the wolf of the mother. It gestates and passes through the birth carnal to acquire ego consciousness or personality in all the experiences that creates the environments the soul set into plan before entering. Soon after emergence, the condition of infancy initiated those prenatal impulses received in the womb, grounded the newly entered soul in the illusions that it has selected for that particular lifetime. The veil once again cloaks the soul minded of all particular experience, with only shimmerance of recall for those who desire and eventually train, opening the third eye. The struggles and joys of the sensate experience and all the karmic relationships that were created upon the spinning wheel then continue in other forms in varying intensities in other holographic playgrounds in the schools of their choosing. And now consider ascension, and whereby you recognize that you are leaping off the wheel fully aware, like suddenly stepping out of the densest dark or gray fog and into the light of day, and a light you had only a vision in your dreams. The veil which will be have cloaked, the veil which would have cloaked the memory of all that you had experienced there, no longer distorts the vision. You walk boldly into the light, dazzled by its radiant splendor, sensing that you have come out of the place to which you never needed to return again. In this new quote unquote dimension into which you have soon now ascended, you can look upon the blink in the fog and recognize that many different places that exist within it. Places where you have walked, places where you have focused much energy and consciousness. Here and there are tall tree stands marking your passage. And although most of the way is blanketed by the cloud cover, you know it. You know, it said, you know now you have been dedicated to the forest, that the tree has been of great significance to you. From your viewing station in the fourth dimensional reality, you will realize you are at the vantage point where you can observe the entirety of that realm, and you can identify places where you existed within it. The tree, a special place you sense just by its scent, the rainbow colors that hover, that where you know you have been, a tower which you have lived, a mountaintop which peaks you have only contemplated from the lowlands in your experience. You look back upon the world and realize that your emergence from those from those familiar points of your passage have been long time coming. You can only be surprised to finally receive validation or whatever multi-dimensional awareness you have achieved before your passing. That there is nothing linear about your coming return in another lifetime after another. Finally, you recognize how each passing is more like diving into a yet unexplored corner of one great lake, which you can also enter from countless access points along its limitless shoreline and craggy cliffs. No longer are you aware how the oscillations of your entry in the present they ripple and resonate and forever in those waters, imprinting your vibrations throughout, and in so doing, allowing your eternal access whenever you wish or need to re-experience the sensations, the challenges that the lake at times in peaceful and serene, and at times dark and dangerous provides you. Wow. Once you have stepped into the full light of dawn, you will know just a monumental leap it has been. Knowing that there no need of repetition of old lessons. Imagine how you will look upon fear and doubt those that doubts of these, the desert days smiling in eternal grace of luminescence. They said for Ra, the ascendant duty, the cloud realm is the nebula of the Milky Way galaxy, where wondrous things have achieved in the quiet and the enormity of his participation in the physical universe. But from now where he emerges, here too the soul of the solar logos will soon be capable of looking back upon those markers of existence in dense matter, recognizing the vibrations held there as as um as do you when you gaze back upon the fog covered landscape. Here too is the realization of one existence. They said not as the single most brilliant fire space, but as the spark of infinite light brought to you for consciousness. Man, it's heavy. Oof. I'm glad I took a reading on this, man. Wow, they said right here, this there once is the magnificence, it's the magnificence with which the ascendant of all realms recognize that they have fully and most valiantly achieved the initiation that soul set before them. As you emerge from the cloud of vision into the light body consciousness, you will recognize more and more clearly of what you have now perceived as past life and memories are actually very simultaneous simultaneous to where you are now and where you are headed. You can see them quote unquote places there in the supermatter that show themselves to you as memories, but which you realize simply coexistent states of being which you hold resonance and interact. Soon you will realize fully that when you are currently believe to be past a memory life is in actuality the mind's exquisite capability to harmonize a space upon the strings of superconsciousness what plays the major chords of the universe and its ability to play the same chords from the music of the soul. It is not unlike the musical training of an operatic singer or vocalist who reproduce a specific musical note when the pianist hits the proper key. In that moment, the mind instructs the vocal cord to vibrate at the same frequency, stimulated throat chakras engines to perform that task to produce that resonant note. Every cell of your being, so it plays the instrument, the DNA helix, in order to send the music note your mind is created within you and manifested as sound across the wires of the material realm into the ether's parallels universe. Imagine that notes exist throughout the cosmos for the entirety of an enormous symphony, notes upon notes, chords, and harmonies of the music of the spheres. You are the note playing your music into the maestro. You know what I mean? He, she, you know what I'm saying? She directs the symphony, sum and total all the parts, which you know as well. For within you, superb orchestrations, you play yourselves into being. You know the music of your soul, and so is now, and so it is. Oh my gosh, so it is that whether your song reverberates dull and utterless on the dampest fog through the soul, or whether it rings heavily as sweet as wind chimes in the breeze, and your music is eternal. Children of the universe, your gentle souls are on the way, crawling upon innocent hands and knees, leaping, consciousness and bold. Your souls are headed home. Jeez, woo! That was from chapter 14 of this book right here. No more secrets, no more lies. This is what we're going to be dealing with ascension. We coming out of these bodies, man. Like, oh my, yo, woo! That was heavy. And then look at chapter 13. That's a chapter I'm going to have to cover. Jeez, that was heavy, yo. That was some good stuff. But that's what we going to be going through the Aquarian age, which means this ascension is nothing to fear. You feel me? That's just the book by itself. I see you. That's right. There's nothing to fear. Oh, matter of fact, damn. That's the solo book I was reading from volume 3. But see, look. Let me show you again. Yeah. There we go. I was reading from this one. I don't know about the total book, Thurman Humphreys, but I definitely gonna be doing some reading. That's by itself. This is volume 1, volume 2, volume 3, and I was reading out of volume 3. Right, exactly, Tiffany Jackson, exactly. You know, which means we gotta be reconnected, y'all. We gotta be connected to the source. Yup. Look at that. I'm showing y'all the books. That's by itself, but it's the same author, Patricia Corey, and this is volume 1, volume 2. Then I was reading out of volume 3. And look at him. Wake Up Call for Humanity, The Struggle of Darkness and Light, in this handbook to Starseed Awakening. And here's another one. The Starseed Transmissions. Yeah, screenshot it, y'all. Ah! And those books that I read, I'm actually going to be getting. Oh, yeah, definitely. Thank you, Vincent. Yeah. Screenshot it. Look, I'm showing you. I'm giving you more enough time to look at the books, but I was reading from No More Secrets, No More Lies, Death versus Ascension. I'm reading that. You feel me? I'm reading it right now. You know what I mean? I just got finished reading it. You feel me? Oh, man. Man, that was a really good stream, man. I'm glad that y'all loved the stream, man. That was some really good, tough, some deep information. Let me put my phone back on the charger. Okay. Oof. Yeah, family. Oh, man. Oh, man. What's up, C Mac? What's going on, brother? What's going on, C Mac? My bad, I missed you, man. This is real deep and this real good information, man. And I'm gonna show y'all again. I was reading from No More Secrets, No More Lies, man. This. Oh, look at this look in Atlantis rising. Look, Neberu. Atlantis rises, man. I'm telling you. Cosmos Soul, yeah. Oh yeah, yep. And go to Blissful Visions. And also go to blissfulvisions.com. Yep, go to blissfulvisions.com and even also check out a lot of information. Because it seemed like now that I'm bringing a lot of great information, it seemed like, certain people not really getting the notifications. So, that's why I say get them likes up. I'm glad that we had a good amount of people on the stream. Thank you, Sister Iman. Like I said, y'all can get those books. I'm going to be adding more of those books and going to be reading and researching them my daggone self, man. This is some great information. And yeah, what I'm gonna do is, fam, I'm gonna jump off here. It's been a great time live streaming. And like I said, my new Facebook is Brandon Miles L. I'm back on Facebook and stuff like that. So I'm really gonna get things forward. My Instagram is bmiles8428. You feel me? And my email address is brandonmiles410@yahoo.com. Oh no doubt. Oh no doubt, y'all. Appreciate y'all. And like I said, the show, the donate and show love and support. The links are going to be in the chat. By C Max is the Iman. They got them inside there. You know what I mean? To show love and support. Amen. It's appreciated. I know that was some heavy and great information, but I love to bring that towards y'all because it's not a lot of people talking about this kind of information. This is something that I'm going to be getting into. You feel me? Much more deeper. You understand? Yeah, family. So one love once again, fam. You always appreciate it. Holla back at you. All right. Peace.